So welcome you all for the whole online classes. So we are discussing the chapter oscillations. In that oscillations yesterday, so we have started examples of precision. In that examples of precision, so we are discussing simple pendulum now. First example. So yesterday we have discussed regarding simple pendulum. So let me see some more points related with this simple pendulum. Simple pendulum concept is very important for objective point of view when many application questions are asking based on this simple pendulum only. So what is the expression for a time period value? T is equal to 2 pi into root over, so L divided by G, where L is the length of the pendulum, G is acceleration due to gravity. Okay now let us see, yesterday I think we have discussed around 110 points related with this time period applications. So next point number 11. Let us suppose the arrangement of simple pendulum. It is attached to one lift. So one lift is there. So to the lift we attach this simple pendulum. Now lift is accelerating vertically upward direction. If the lift is accelerating upward direction, in apparent wave cases we have discussed now. When lift is accelerating upward direction, so normal reaction R, weight is mg. According to Newton law, R minus mg is equal to ma. Then R value is equal to m into g plus e. The resultant acceleration due to gravity, g dash value is equal to g plus e. So what will get the expression for time period? T is equal to 2 pi into root over L divided by g plus e. This is expression for a time period whenever pendulum attached to the lift, which is accelerating vertically upward direction. So what happened to the time period when lift is accelerating upward direction? Whenever lift is accelerating upward direction, so acceleration due to gravity increase, which causes to decrease time period value. So always you remember, time period value decreases means there is a gain of time, so it will run fastly. And time period value increases means loss of time. So that is T value 2 pi into root over, so L divided by G plus A. This is when lift is accelerating upward direction. For example, in the same lift case only, second point, if the lift is accelerating downward direction, whenever lift is accelerating downward direction, so can I write directly time period formula given by 2 pi into root over L divided by G minus E. So whenever lift is accelerating downward direction, so acceleration due to gravity decrease, that is G minus A denominator. So what happened to time period value? Increases. So both the possibilities are there. So first case is lift is accelerating upward direction, whereas the second case is lift is accelerating downward direction. Okay now? Then what about the third one is, if the lift is moving vertically up or down with a constant velocity. Either lift is at rest or moving with a constant velocity. Whenever velocity value constant, acceleration value, so acceleration value will be equal to which one? 0. That time the time period value will remain same, which is given by 2 pi into root over L by G. Though pendulum is attached to a lifter which is moving with a constant velocity, so that time period value neither increase nor decrease, it will remain same. So point clear. So this is lift attached to, so that simple pendulum attached to a roof of a lift. So point number 11. Next one is, so what happened to the simple pendulum? What happened to the time period value? If the pendulum attached to roof of a car. So let me consider the 12th one. So let us consider one car. This car is accelerating horizontally. Now what I did? A bob or pendulum is attached to the roof of the car. So whenever it is attached to the roof of the car, so then car will be non-inertial frame of reference. Due to this non-inertial frame of reference, a pseudo force will act on the bob in opposite direction. Now you see, initially bob is in equilibrium position when the car is at rest. Now because of when car is accelerated, so what happened to the bob? So bob will experience a force. So acceleration will act on the bob. Okay now? And what is acceleration due to gravity given by G? Now what is the resultant acceleration value to calculate? Apply the parallelogram law. By applying the parallelogram law, what is GR value given by root over, so G square plus A square. Correct? When two vectors are perpendicular, the resultant value given by root over G square plus A square. Okay, so then that time what is the time period formula will be 2 pi into root over, so L divided by GR value given by root over, so G square plus A square. This is the expression for a time period for a pendulum which is attached to the roof of the car. If the car is accelerating horizontally with an acceleration E bar. If I want to calculate the resultant acceleration direction, to calculate the resultant acceleration direction, so if I call the resultant is making an angle theta with the vertical. So what is the formula for tan theta? Tan theta value is equal to A divided by G. So what is tan theta here? Angle made by the resultant with the horizontal or vertical? So with the vertical value. That is for calculation of time period. Okay, Nara? Similarly, one more case. Now, in this case, for example, now we have attached simple pendulum to a roof of a car, but car is moving in a horizontal circle or in a circular path. The circular path of radius value given by r. So, whenever a car is moving in a horizontal circular path, then what happens? So, acceleration will be acting. It is also a non-inertial frame of reference. The acceleration which is acting towards the center, that is centripetal acceleration. In this case, so what are the forces acting on the bob given by? So our acceleration, one is centripetal acceleration, one more is acceleration due to gravity. So what is centripetal acceleration value given by? Which is v square by r. And what is the resultant acceleration given by? Which is equal to root over g square plus v square by r. Understood, R? Since AC and G both are perpendicular to each other, whenever car is moving in a circular path, either centripetal acceleration will act on the car towards the center, which is non-inertial frame of reference. So due to that reason, a pseudo force will act on the bob in opposite direction away from the center, that with an acceleration value given by AC. So acceleration due to gravity is given by G. Then what is the resultant time period is given by 2 pi into root over L divided by, so root over how much? G square plus V square by R. In this case, what happened to time period? Actually, when centripetal acceleration not there, so I get 2 pi into root over L by G. Because of the centripetal acceleration, I got G square plus V square by R. Denominator value increases, so what happened to time period value? Decreases. Okay, this is the case whenever the simple pendulum is attached to the roof of a car. So after completion of this, one more point based on the simple pendulum only. If this simple pendulum all cases are understood means either numerical questions or either conceptual questions easily you can answer. So one more important point related with the simple pendulum. For example, a vehicle or car which is sliding down the inclined plane. The angle of inclination value given by theta. So now we have attached one pendulum bob to the roof of the car. Now whenever it is accelerating downward, so you know that its weight value mg resolved into two components. If this is theta, this is also equal to theta. So this value will be equal to mg cos theta, and this value will be given by mg sin theta. What is the acceleration with which that car is sliding down? G into sin theta. So due to that acceleration, what happens now? Car will be like a non-inertial frame. A pseudo force will act on the ball. So backward direction. So now what happens on this pendulum? Now what we know? So acceleration due to inclined plane, that is given by what? So A value is equal to G into sin theta. And acceleration due to gravity given by G. What is the resultant acceleration? Can I call AR or can I call it as GR? So GR value given by G sin theta whole square plus G square. So under root now, then what will get the answer? G square is common. So then 1 plus sin square theta. So 1 plus sin square theta value will be given by sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So 1 plus sin square theta is equal to cos square theta. Then what will get? GR is equal to G into cos theta. Okay, Nara? Whenever bob is attached or pendulum is attached to a car, roof of a car, if the car is sliding down the inclined plane, so resultant acceleration value is given by this. That time what happened to time period is 2 pi into root over L divided by so G into cos theta. G into this one cos theta. So based on the theta value, time period value is going to be changes. With increasing the theta value, so theta value cos 0 value will be equal to 1. Whenever theta value increases, what happened to G cos theta decreases. When G cos theta decreases means what happened to time period value increases. So this is the expression for which one? Whenever pendulum is attached to a roof of the car, if the car is sliding down the inclined plane. Okay, na? So after this, next one is till now we are considering length of the pendulum is very small. So for suppose if the length of the pendulum is very large, for a pendulum of, so that is point number 14, for pendulum length is incomparable with the radius of the, or I will call the length of the pendulum is very large. Whenever the length of the pendulum is very large, that time period value is going to be changes, which is given by 2 pi into root over 1 divided by G into, so 1 by L plus 1 by R. Even this is also derivation. Like how we derived expression for a time period of a simple pendulum, even we can also derive this formula 2 pi into root over 1 by G into 1 by L plus 1 by R, where L is the length of the pendulum and here R is the radius of the earth. Earth radius value, know that now? So that is given by 6400, R value 6400 kilometers. That is the radius of the earth and L is the length of the pendulum. If L value is infinity, length of the pendulum is very larger and nearly infinity, that time I will get the formula T is equal to 2 pi into root over, so R divided by G. 1 by infinity will be 0. Then directly R will go to numerator. So 1 by T is equal to 2 pi into root over R divided by G. By substituting the values, 2 pi into root over, this is 6400 into 10 to the power of 3 by G value given by 9.8. So we will get the answer for T nearly 84.6 minutes. How much? 84.6 minutes. Next, one more case. If L value is equal to R, what does it mean? If the length of the pendulum is equal to radius of the earth, that time we will get the formula 2 pi into root over, so 1 divided by G into 1 by R plus 1 by R. In place of L, I written R. Then T value given by, so 2 pi into root over R divided by 2G. R divided by 2G means already we know R by G value, which is 84.6 minutes divided by root 2. So we will get the answer nearly of, so which is 59 minutes 5 seconds. How much? 59 minutes 5 seconds. Whenever the pendulum length is incomparable, so with which one? With the radius of the earth, or which is equal to radius of the earth, that time period of oscillation value, so T value will be equal to 59 minutes 5 seconds. Clear? This is when length of the pendulum is very large. Next one is point number 15. So what is this is? And this point is very important. Let me consider two pendulums are there. First pendulum, second pendulum. This one is the shorter pendulum of length LS. This one is the larger pendulum of length LL. This length value greater compared with this. And this time period value can equal TS. This time period value can equal TL. In this, the two pendulums started oscillation from the same position. Initially both are in same phase. So after making how many number of oscillations? Let us suppose after making n number of oscillations by the shorter pendulum, again both will be in phase. Now actually what happened? Both are pulled from the main position to extreme position, and both are left from the right extreme position from the same time. Initially both are in the same phase. So if the larger pendulum is making, if the smaller pendulum making n oscillations, after making n1 minus 1 number of oscillations. For example, now larger pendulum, shorter pendulum, now this is, it takes less time to complete one oscillation. So for example, it has taken only 1 second to complete one oscillation, but it will take more time to complete one oscillation. Now the question is, after making n number of oscillation by the small pendulum, shorter pendulum, so again both are in phase, both will come in phase after making n oscillation. That I can write n into ts value will be equal to n minus 1 into tl. When both are in phase, then what happens? The n number of oscillation, time taken for n number of oscillation by shorter pendulum will be equal to time taken to complete n1 minus 1 number of oscillation by the larger pendulum. If this condition is satisfied, means what happens? Again the two pendulums are in phase. In phase to become, so this is the necessary condition. From this what I will get? So Ts divided by Tl value will be equal to n minus 1 divided by n, or otherwise n divided by n minus 1 will be equal to Tl divided by Ts, Tl divided by Ts. But we know that T value directly proportional to root L. So according to that, what can I write down? So root over, this is the length of the larger pendulum by length of the shorter pendulum. What is n and what is n minus 1? N is the number of oscillations completed by the shorter pendulum. N minus 1 is the number of oscillations completed by larger pendulum. In question what they will ask is, both the pendulum length if they given, the first pendulum both are in phase initially, and find out after making how many number of oscillations, again both are in phase. So to calculate the value of n, so will be given by n by n minus 1 is equal to TL by TS will be equal to root over LS divided by which one? LL by LS. LL stands for length of the larger pendulum, LS stands for length of the shorter pendulum. Point clear? So this is 15th one. Next, point number 16. So last point related with this simple pendulum. So in this case, what is the meaning of seconds pendulum? Seconds pendulum, a pendulum whose time period value is 2 seconds. If t is equal to 2 seconds, such a pendulum is called as seconds pendulum. Okay, Nara? For which pendulum time period is 2 seconds, so that is called as seconds pendulum. What is the formula for time period of t is equal to 2 pi into root over L by G. Squaring on both sides, I will write it as here capital L. So 4 pi square into L by G. From this L value is equal to t square into G by 4 into pi square. But we know that for seconds pendulum t value is equal to 2 seconds. When t value is equal to 2 seconds, 4 into G by 4 into pi square. 4 value cancel, which is L value is equal to G divided by pi square. On the earth surface, G value is 9.8 and pi square value will be how much? Nearly 3.14 whole square, or nearly also you can take this value as a 10. So L value approximately you will get it as 100 centimeters, or L value is equal to 1 meter. So what is the length of the second pendulum? Which is of 100 centimeters. But always remember, so for a pendulum to have a time period value 2 seconds, its length value must be equal to how much? 1 meter or 100 centimeters. Now let us see related with the second pendulum only. The second pendulum was taken from one place to another place. This is one place A where acceleration due to gravity is g1, and here in this place B acceleration due to gravity is g. Which pendulum is taken? Second pendulum is taken. Second pendulum means wherever let it be, time period value should be equal to 2 seconds. To maintain the same time period, but here when it is one place to other place, you know that acceleration due to gravity value changes from place to place. For example, if g1 value is greater than g2, that time what happens? When you take it from place A to place B, so time period value will be due to the decrease of acceleration due to gravity, time period value increase. In order to decrease the time period value, or in order to have a same time period, to have a same time period. So what is the condition given by? So you should alter the tag length. What is time period formula? 2 pi into root over L divided by G. Since when you going from A to B, G value decrease. Obviously T value increase. To maintain T value same without increase, so you should decrease the L value. So what is the decrease in the length given by? The decrease in the length. To maintain the same time period, the decrease in the length is given by the formula G1 minus G2 by pi square. Delta G. When you going from A to B, the change in acceleration due to gravity G1 minus G2 by pi square. If the length is decreases, length is, so here to have the same time period. Which one now? Acceleration due to gravity decrease, so length has to be increasing in order to increase now. Because when G value decrease, T value increase. When G value decrease, you have to increase L value. Are you getting it? So T value is equal to 2 pi into root over L by G. When you going from A to B, so I told according to given condition, so acceleration due to gravity decrease. When acceleration due to gravity decrease, so what happened to time period value? Increase. To maintain the same time period, so what should I do? I should decrease the length. So the decrease in the length value given by G1 minus G2 divided by pi square. One more possibility also there. If G1 value less than G2, what does it mean? Acceleration due to gravity at place B is greater than A. So when acceleration due to gravity increase, time period value what happens? Time period value decreases. To maintain the same time period, so what should I do? Length value increase. What is the length? Increases. The increase in the length given by the formula G2 minus G1 divided by which one? Pi square. Two formulas understood once you check. When you are taking from one place to another place, due to change of acceleration due to gravity, time period value compulsory will changes. To maintain the same time period, so you can alter the length. Here two possibilities are there. Length value may be either increase or may be decrease. Whenever time period value increase, to maintain the same time period, so you should decrease the length. Whenever a time period value decrease, to maintain the same time period, you should increase the length. Either increase or decrease in the length is given by the formula G1 minus G2 by pi square. Here also G2 minus G1 by pi square. So this is for which one now? Second pendulum. And this is regarding the concept of simple pendulum. Completed? Okay, so first example for the system which executing simple harmonic motion. After completion of this example, so next one is the second very most important example for the system which executing simple harmonic motion. So that is given by spring mass system. Loaded spring also will execute simple harmonic motion. So I will call it as spring mass system. This spring mass system, so also I can call it as loaded spring. The oscillations of loaded spring or with a small amplitude are also simple harmonic. Now we want to derive the expression for time period of spring mass system. Now let us see. Let me consider one spring of spring constant K. So spring constant will tell us regarding stiffness of the spring. Whenever a spring's constant value more means spring strength is more means spring constant value more. Whenever a spring stiffness value less means spring constant value less. Let me consider one block of mass capital M attached to the spring of our spring constant K. The another end of the spring is connected to a rigid support. So what I did, I pull this block by a distance, let me call x, or here it is along y direction, y. Pull the bow downwards and leave it. So in order to pull in the bow, we need to apply external force. So initially the body was there at mean position. I pulled it to which position? Extreme position. So when you pull it to down, then what happens? Spring will be elongated. When spring is elongated, a restoring force will develop. That restoring force will be in a direction opposite to displacement. Now what happens when I leave at this point P? So then what happens? Spring will try to move to O. but due to the kinetic energy, it cannot stop at O. It will move still forward direction, and again it will come back. In this way, the spring will move so to and fro, upward direction and downward direction, about a mean position. So it will execute a simple harmonic. It will execute oscillatory motion. How can we prove the motion is simple harmonic? To prove motion is simple harmonic, always remember acceleration value directly proportional to displacement. So even for example, they given one function y is equal to a sin omega t. If this function is simple, whether it is representing SHM or not, how we come to know means, so if I differentiate this, if d square y by dt square y by dt square is nothing but a, if it is directly proportional to y, you check it here. So what is derivative of dy by dt? Dy by dt derivative is a omega into cos omega t. And what is the derivative one more time? D square y by dt square will be given by minus omega square into a into sin omega t. This d square y by dt square nothing but a value is equal to omega square into y. So a value directly proportional to this one, minus y. When you are solving the numericals, there you will come to know, they will give you. So this following one function, they will ask whether this function represents a simple harmonic motion or only harmonic motion or only oscillatory motion. Whether it is representing a simple harmonic or not, how you come to know means, if this d square y by dt square is directly proportional to y, then that equation will represent a simple harmonic motion. Now in this question, so how can we prove the motion is simple harmonic? Derivation already I have seen in subjective point of view, but I told you, not only the spring mass system and simple pendulum, in some cases you need to derive expression for time period. So how to derive the expression for time period? We'll see that. So then here the restoring force value given by F value directly proportional to minus 5 according to Hooke's law. So then F value directly proportional to minus 5, or F value is equal to minus k into y, where k is force constant or spring constant. F value can be written as MA value is equal to minus k into y. So A value minus k by m into h1 y. But what is SHM general equation for SHM? The acceleration, A value minus omega square into y. And one more here, A value, since k value constant, m value constant. So that's why I can write it as minus omega square into y. So A value directly proportional to minus 5. No doubt here motion is simple harmonic because acceleration directly proportional to displacement. Now here in place of what I written omega square value is equal to k divided by m. Omega value is equal to root over k divided by m. By knowing omega value, can I calculate the time period? T given by 2 pi by omega, which is given by 2 pi into root over, so m divided by k. This is the expression for time period of spring mass system. Whenever a block of mass m attached to a spring of spring constant k, so what is the formula for this time period? Here I written capital M na. The block mass is given by capital M. Okay na? Here also which is capital. Now let me discuss regarding the time period of this spring mass system. What is the expression we got here? T is equal to 2 pi into root over, so capital M divided by k, small k. So this is the expression for time period now. So time period of a simple pendulum, it depends only on the mass of the block attached to the spring and spring constant of the spring. And this time period value does not depend upon acceleration due to gravity. Whenever if you taken the bob or the spring mass system from one planet to another planet, or one place to another place, or at the equator to pole, so time period value changes or not changes? Not changes. It remains constant. The reason here is time period value does not depend upon acceleration due to gravity. So this point is very important for here. So T does not depend upon acceleration due to gravity. Okay na? On G. That's why, so place to place the time period value is not going to be changed. Next one is the second point here. The important one is generally the spring stiffness So that is given by what? Spring constant. The spring constant of a spring. So that also inversely proportional to length of the spring. If the stiffness is more, means spring length should be small. Whenever a spring length is larger, stiffness will be smaller. So that's why the spring constant value inversely proportional to the length of the spring. Larger the length, less will be the strength. Less will be the length, large will be the strength. Strength or spring constant value inversely proportional to which one? Length. From this what can I write? K into L value is equal to constant. Otherwise, so K1 into L1 value is equal to K2 into L. Okay, Nara? Because by knowing this concept, now we will discuss regarding cutting of springs. Whenever a spring of spring constant value K is cutted into two parts, I want to calculate the spring constant of each part. So what? Third point, let me consider one spring of spring constant value K. This spring of spring constant K is cutted into two parts. The first two unequal parts. The first part of spring constant value K1, length is L1. Second part K2, length is L2. I want to calculate what is K1 value and K2 value. According to that concept, so K into L1 plus L2. Total length how much? L1 plus L2 is equal to K1 into L1 is equal to K2 into L2. For any spring, the product of the spring constant and length value will be constant. From this, what is the value of K1 given by K into, so L1 plus L2 divided by how much? By L1. Similarly, what is the formula for K2 given by K into, so L1 plus L2 divided by which one? L2. If I divide K1 by K2, so what I get? K1 divided by K2 is equal to L2 divided by L2. What does it mean? K value inversely proportional to L. Correct? So whenever a spring of spring constant value K is cutted into two parts, so what is the spring constant of each part is given by this K1 value and K2 value. If for example, if it is cutted into two exactly equal parts, if L1 value is equal to L2, if L1 is equal to L2, then what happened to K1 value is equal to K2 value is equal to, which is K by 2. So what is the value of, which is equal to 2 into K. Whenever the spring of spring constant value K is cutted into two equal parts, whenever length will become half, spring constant will become double. So what is the spring constant of each part is given by, which is 2 into K. Understood, Anna? This is. So next point we will discuss regarding the combination of springs. If the two springs are connected in series and two springs are connected in parallel, so we will see what is the expression for the time frame. Okay, Rana? So combination of springs. Point number 4, springs combination. So combination. In this combination, first I will discuss first one. So that is for series combination. Which combination? Series combination. So let us consider two springs of spring constant values K1 and K2. First spring of spring constant K1, second spring of spring constant K2, connected in series. Series in the sense joined end to end, and a block of mass M attached to the free end of the second spring. So whenever they connected in series, always remember, in series combination, the restoring force acting on the two springs, the restoring force value will be constant. But elongation value not same. First spring elongation can I call x1, second spring elongation value can I call x2. Elongation inversely proportional to spring constant. Whenever a spring constant value more means elongation value less. Spring constant value less means elongation value more. What is the general formula here? F value is equal to minus K into x. So minus sign is indicating restoring force will be in a direction opposite to, so elongation or compression. Here total elongation value given by x is equal to x1 plus x2. So what is x value? I can write it as x value is equal to f divided by ks. For equivalent, this combination can be replaced by a single spring of spring constant value can I call ks. So that time what I will get f by ks value, where x is the total elongation. F by Ks value is equal to F by K1 plus F by K2. So which value constant? Restoring force value constant. Then directly also I can write 1 by K value is equal to 1 by K1 plus 1 by K2. Or otherwise the value of K is equal to K1 into K2 divided by K1 plus K2. So I calculated a effective spring constant whenever two springs are connected in series. That time what is the formula for new time period given by 2 pi into root over capital M divided by Ks. Before initially K, now it is connected in series, so Ks. That time what I get the formula T value given by 2 pi into root over, so M value already I know, Ks value I know, which is K1 plus K2 into M divided by which one? Divided by K1 into K2. Actually you know Ks value will be less than K1 and K2. So whenever two springs of spring constant K1 and K2 connected in series, so the resultant spring constant value less than the spring constant of least one. So for example, if I solve K1 value is equal to 1, K2 value is equal to 2, then Ks value will be less than which one? 1. So that's why whenever two springs of spring constant K1 and K2 connected in series, the effective spring constant value decrease. Due to decrease of spring constant, what happens to time period value? Increases. So time period value will be increases. This is for series combination. Even in this series combination only, if two springs are connected separately, for the first spring the time for the same block connected to the two springs separately. First time period value given by 2 pi into root over, so M divided by K1. So what is the value of K1 given by, or otherwise T1 square value is equal to 4 pi square into M divided by K1. So K1 can be written as 4 pi square into M divided by which one? By T1 square. Whenever a spring constant K1 attached to a block of mass M, so K1 value given by 4 pi square into M divided by T1 square. If the same mass is connected to the second spring, that time the time period is T2, so I will get 4 pi square into M divided by T2 square. What is K2? Spring constant of the second spring. So what I did? First I have taken first spring, connected a block of mass M. So spring constant K, time period is T1. Second I have taken another spring constant K2, mass value M. So this time period value T2. Now what I did? Two springs are now connected in series to the same block. This time the spring constant value Ks, time period value given by Ts. So that time what I get? The value of Ks value is equal to how much? 4 pi square into M divided by, so Ts square. Okay Nana? 4 pi square into M divided by Ts square. Point clear Nana? Two first spring connected for the block M, time period is T1. When second spring is connected block M, time period is T2. When the two springs are connected in series, time period value given by Ts. So now I want to obtain the relation between T1 value, T2 value and Ts value. So we know that for the series combination, what is the formula for 1 by Ks? 1 by Ks value is equal to 1 by K1 plus 1 by K2. So Ks value given by how much I will get? Their Ks value is equal to 4 pi square M divided by Ts square. So directly I will get Ts square divided by 4 pi square M will be equal to T1 square divided by 4 pi square M plus T2 square divided by 4 pi square M. In all the terms 4 pi square M is cancelled. Then finally Ts value is equal to root over, so T1 square plus T2 square. Understood Ara? Which is root mean square value of T1 and T2. Not mean value, sorry. It is the square of root of T1 value and T2 value. Well, two springs of time period value T1 and T2, when they connected in series, the time period value given by Ts. That time the formula will be given by Ts is equal to root over T1 square and T2 square. Okay, Nana? So this is for series combination. In series combination, which value remains constant? So that spring force, that restoring force value remains constant. After completion of the series combination, now we'll see for parallel combination. Second one is for which one? For parallel combination. Parallel combination. Okay, so this is the last point for this class. Okay, so whenever two springs are connected in parallel, so let me consider first spring and second spring. First spring of spring constant value K1, second spring of spring constant value K2. So when they said to be connected in parallel, so when their first ends are connected to rigid support and second ends are connected to a block, so that block of mass value given by what are M. So in this parallel combination, so elongation of each spring, elongation in the each spring, so will be constant. Okay, so what is the general formula for restoring force? F(R)E will be equal to K into X. Now these two springs can be replaced by a single spring. That single spring of spring constant value given by Kp. Total elongation X. So that time, but restoring force in the two springs are not same. So how can I calculate the total restoring force? F(R)E is equal to F1 plus F2. So F(R)E will be given by Kp into X will be equal to K1 into X plus K2 into X. X value cancel. Finally, what I will get Kp? Kp is equal to K1 plus K2. What does it mean? Whenever two springs are connected in parallel, the resultant spring constant will be equal to sum of the individual spring constant values. So Kp value obviously greater than which values? Kp value greater than K1 and also Kp value greater than which one? K2. So that time what is the effective time period given by T is equal to 2 pi into root over M divided by Kp. Can I substitute the value of Kp? So T value is equal to this one can I call Tp for parallel. So Tp into root over M divided by, so Kp value given by K1 plus K2. Whenever two springs of spring constant K1 and K2 connected in parallel, the resultant time period value will be so smaller than the time period of the smallest spring. Out of this K1 and K2, for example, if K1 time period is T1 and K2 time period is T2, such that K2 greater than K1. When K2 greater than K1, so T2 value less than T1. When though if I calculate Tp value still less than which one? T1, even T2 also. So Tp value less than T2, Tp value less than T1 also. Whenever two springs of spring constant K1 and K2 connected in parallel, so the resultant time period value will be smaller than the time period of the smallest simple pendulum. So that is Tp given by, so root 2 pi into root over M by K1 plus K2. But remember, for parallel combination, what I told the condition. So in case of the parallel combination, so what are the elongation value is the same. Even you can also remember one more important point. So in this parallel combination also, for example, there are two springs are there. One block is there. So this block of mass value M, this spring value spring constant K1 and this spring value spring constant is K2. Now what I did is, I pulled this bob one side. When I pulled the bob in one side, so what happened? One spring will be elongated, other spring will be compressed. If the elongation in the one spring is exactly equal to compression of the second spring. So even in this case also, the two springs are said to be connected in parallel only. The formula for Kp is equal to K1 plus K2. So I told to you, whenever elongation value is same, so that they are in parallel combination. For parallel combination, you can also remember, if the elongation in the one spring is equal to compression in the second spring, in that case also, so time period value that the two springs are connected in parallel. Okay, Nana? So next point is, in this only, now first spring of spring constant K1 connected to the block, so mass value M, time period is C1. When the second spring of spring constant value K2 connected to the same block, time period value given by T2. Now, when the two springs are connected in parallel to the same block, so time period value given by Tp. So that time you will get the formula for Tp. So Tp formula will be given by, or otherwise can I calculate that? So what is the values of T1 value, T2 value, directly I can write. T1 value is equal to 4 pi square into m divided by, first I will calculate K1 by T1 square. Similarly, what is K2 value? 4 pi square into m divided by T2 square. Writing directly. Last time I written, so that's why writing directly. Similarly, what is Kp value? 4 pi square into m by Tp square. Correct? Now, by using the relation, which one? So Kp value is equal to K1 plus K2. So what can I able to get? 1 by Tp square is equal to 1 by T1 square plus 1 by T2 square. By using this relation, so what I get the answer for Tp square? Tp square value is equal to how much? So Tp square is equal to T1 square into T2 square divided by which one now? So T1 square plus T2 square, which can be also written as Tp value is equal to T1 into T2 divided by root over, so T1 square plus T2 square. Understood? Whenever, if the individual time periods are known, T1 and T2 for the same block, if I want to calculate the time period of the parallel combination, so I can calculate by the formula T1 into T2 divided by, so T1 square plus T2 square. Okay, Nara? So this is for series combination and the parallel combination. In this parallel combination only, so one more last point. So for example, there are, so last point under this parallel combination. So in this, let us consider a block is there. So this block is connected to, if two springs are there, that two springs of spring constant value. Here one block is there and here one block is there. One spring connecting the two blocks of masses m1 and m2. This spring was spring constant value K. Now what happened? One block is pulled to one side. Then leave. The system will execute the simple harmonic motion. When two blocks are connected by a spring and which is executing a system, the formula for a time period is given by T is equal to 2 pi into root over mu divided by Q. This is the expression. Actually, this is derivation. We need to derive this. So, like time period value, how we derived now? We will calculate the restoring force. By calculating that, we will calculate acceleration. By calculating acceleration, we will calculate time period. So, what is the T formula? 2 pi into root over mu divided by K, where mu value m1 into m2 divided by m1 plus m2. This mu called as reduced mass. So what is the name of mu? Reduced mass. Whenever two blocks are connected by a same spring, it will act like a single system or single block. That single block mass value will be given by mu. Mu value m1 into m2 divided by m1 plus m2. Even? So this is for connecting of two blocks only. Okay, Nana? So this is for series combination and the parallel combination. The remaining one more class is needed for completing the concepts of simple harmonic motion. We need to discuss still some more, 1, 4 to 5, still some more examples for the system which are executing SHM. But they are not in that much detail needed to discuss because major of the application questions of this chapter are based on the simple pendulum and this spring and mass system. Okay, Nara? So thank you.